Okay, we've got the constructor done. We've talked about positions in a matrix or an array that are not initialized of object type, and therefore they have a null value, N-U-L-L. Now we'll take a look at the method called countAStudents. So we're going to loop through our matrix with the same old loop, the loop you are ready to write on Tuesday's quiz next week. Okay. We want to return how many students in the class have a class average of at least 85. And oftentimes the AP exam will say, do not change any parameters. Do not change, for example, this time, do not change the instance field seating chart. Don't change it. Not that you would anyway, but you might. There are some solutions that might change it. Don't change it. So how do we see if a student's got an 85 or more average? Well, I don't know. Let's look in the student class. And there I see a method called getClassAverage. I have to call getClassAverage to get that double instance field called classAverage. If that's an 85, I guess I'll increase some count variable by 1. So if something is bigger than or equal to 85, we'll do count plus plus and then return count. If I'm taking the AP exam, this is pretty much how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the easy stuff first. That nested loop that Mr. Reiske's forced me to memorize. Initialize a count variable to 0. Maybe start my if, count plus plus, and return count, which I have in the wrong place, don't I? Got to go after the loops. Is that right? I just didn't embrace there. Let's see. Okay, so what's this if going to do? Again, we have to call that method called getClassAverage. Now, here's how we screw it up and lose an important point on the AP exam. If we do this, we're going to screw it up. If we say seating chart of row call dot get class average, it looks so good, but we're forgetting about the empty spots in the seating chart in period 2. When they're empty and the matrix is type student, they'll contain what's called a null value. So what's going to happen? I just showed you in the null fun class, we're getting null pointer exceptions. We're getting null pointer exceptions because period 2 has 10 students and the matrix has 12 spots, therefore 2 are empty. When it gets down to those last 2 spots, null pointer, null pointer. So we have to guard against that. We got to say if seating chart of row call is not equal to null and the kid's grade is 85 or more. Now we should be golden. And so what are we doing? We're counting the A students. It says period 1 has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It says period 2 has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're good with count A students. Watch out for that null. You have to do the same thing in the next method. Watch out for the null.